Howdy friends, music lovers, vinyl community, welcome to a new episode of The Vinyl Survivor. This is where I talk about 5 albums that I recently pulled from my inbox or were new purchases, talk about what I thought about each one and let you know whether I think there's something that is staying in my collection or not. So let's just go ahead. Well, before we get into it on this episode, I just want to do a quick programming note. I know there have been for those of you that are subscribed here for vinyl, I know that there have been a lot of beer reviews going up in the past week or so, and for the next few weeks there are going to be a beer review a day. I'm just trying to get caught up. I have a lot of stuff in the pipeline sort of ready to go, and I want to sort of keep up with some stuff that's been happening. So still going to be doing vinyl videos, but there is going to be a beer review a day for the next couple of weeks. So just want to let you know that I'm here. I'm not giving up on vinyl at all. We're still going to be doing some vinyl videos here and there, a couple of them a week, but there will be a beer review every day. So don't, just because you see a lot of beer reviews on the channel, don't make it think that we're not doing vinyl anymore, because we got a lot of vinyl to talk about. So let's just go ahead and get into this episode. First album we have is the second album from Billy Joel. We've been talking about Billy Joel a lot recently, and this is, of course, the classic Piano Man album. First album on Columbia in 1973 is when this was released. Definitely this was the beginning of the popularity of Billy Joel. I mean, you know, the Piano Man, sort of semi-autobiographical song that just pushed him into a sort of area of stardom, I guess you could say. This album has very country sort of tinged influences. You hear a lot of influences from like Elton John's Tumbleweed Connection. You can definitely has sort of that country western sort of vibe to it. And yeah, it's a pretty good album. I really enjoyed it. Of course, the title track, Piano Man, is just a classic. I really like the closing track on the album is Captain Jack, was just this really long, epic song, very much in the story sort of vein, and just a great song. So Billy Joel's Piano Man. Of course, as we've had recently, we have the orange and red Columbia label with the Family Productions stamp on it. Of course, Family Productions was the label that put out his first album. At this point, he's dealing with some legal issues with them, and I haven't really done the research to find out what was ever to come of that, but I know the Family Production label sort of stayed on for quite a while into his career, so I'm sure that was just an ongoing battle having to do with his popularity and the original contract he signed with them. The pressings on this are 2A and 2D, so this is not an early pressing of this album, but just a really nice clean copy, and as you saw, the cover was still in shrink, so there is that. And the insert on this is just black with some track listing and a few liner notes. Plain otherwise. So Billy Joel, Piano Man, another addition to the Billy Joel collection. I'm starting to fill that in pretty good. Okay, second thing we have to talk about today is the fourth album from Depeche Mode from 1984. This is titled Some Great Reward. This is a reissue from 2013, which was a reissue of the 2007 remaster and reissue series on Rhino Records. They did a pretty nice job with these. They have nice glossy covers. They're all gatefolds with some liner notes and whatnot. Insert with lyrics and some more artwork on it. And there is what the vinyl looks like on these. Nice heavyweight pressings. They claim 180 gram. They're close. They might be 160. Pretty good sounding. They are digitally remastered in 2007. But yeah, before hearing this, I wasn't real familiar with this album particularly. I mean, you have People Are People is on here, and beyond that, there's not really much as far as, you know, well-known Depeche Mode songs. But this is a really cool, very industrial sounding album from them. I really like that industrial, very rhythmic, synthy kind of work. A lot more instrumental almost. There are lyrics here, but they sort of fade into the background a bit, and it's really just a very industrial driving sort of rhythmic kind of thing. With the exception, there's a piano ballad on here called Somebody that starts out side 2 that I don't particularly care for, but otherwise really just a really good album from start to finish. Opening track, Something to Do, Lie to Me, People Are People, It Doesn't Matter, Stories of Old, Master and Servant, If You Want, Blasphemous Rumors. Cool piece to my Depeche Mode collection. I bought these as a 4-pack from Pop Market late last year or beginning, I guess it was early this year, and picked some of these reissues up, and they're pretty cool. So that one is going to be staying in the collection. Okay, next thing we have is another piece from the band U2. This is an EP, a 4-track EP called Wide Awake in America. It features 2 tracks from The Unforgettable Fire, live versions of those tracks, and then 2 B-sides, which the B-sides are The Three Sunrises and Love Comes Tumbling are the 2 B-sides on here. So a really cool EP. I definitely like the first B-side a lot. Three Sunrises. It produced by Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois, and just a cool track. Both of the B-sides are pretty good on here and really enjoyable. This was actually a piece of VCLT from Zach, I believe, Zeke Geek. So thanks, Zach. This one's going in the collection. Vinyl itself on the Island label, but a custom Island label. There's Precision written in the dead wax, so mastered at Precision and SRC, Specialty Records Corp. Did the pressing, and yeah, that's U2's Wide Awake in America. Definitely a must-have, I would think, in a U2 collection. B-sides you can't get anywhere else, and a couple of live tracks. Wide Awake in America, going to be staying. Alright, next thing we have to talk about is actually a vinyl community artist, one that most of us know pretty well. That's Schematics for a Blank Stare. This is their second vinyl release called Kiss of Death, released last year in 2013. Schematics for a Blank Stare are difficult to describe, very much sort of just jazzy, synthy, kind of fusiony. You got a lot of Fender Rhodes, a lot of Moog, a lot of stuff like that. Very rhythmic, a lot of good, really interesting drumming and stuff on here. Jeff Greer is a VC member, and he's part of this band, kind of the head member, I guess you would say. So they had their first release, Acid Rain, from 2012. I actually liked Acid Rain better than this one, mainly just because I liked the recording of Acid Rain a little bit better. This one, the recording quality doesn't sound quite as good to me. Not sure what it is. This one's a little more echoey, and it just sounds a little less polished, I guess you would say, than Acid Rain does. But just some cool, very, a lot of Fender Rhodes, a lot of synthesizer work, a lot of good drumming. Insert this time with some photography and some liner notes on it, so that was pretty cool. Custom label with some actually schematics, some sort of electronic schematics. I'm not sure what that is from. I'm sure it's from some sort of synthesizer part there, but that's pretty cool. So just a pretty cool piece of VC art and music, and I always try to support vinyl community artists whenever I can, and it's good music. It's not hard to support them. I always enjoy good music, so I know these are still available, as well as I believe the debut album is still available as well, so find some samples of this online, and if it's something you enjoy, go ahead and try to get these for yourself. They're very reasonably priced. You can get them from Sequoia Flame. David, my other Florida brother here, living down in South Florida. Good kind of Sunday morning, upbeat kind of music, and something enjoyable. So, staying in the collection, yet another one. Okay, and the final album we have to talk about for today is from another U2 album from their rockumentary, Rattle and Hum, from 1988. This is another one from Zach, I believe, so thanks again, Zach. 2 LP set, of course, them sort of traveling across America and writing these different songs or doing different cover songs. Made a rockumentary kind of movie about themselves, and definitely made them a household name with this documentary, if they weren't already beforehand. So yeah, not sure what to say about this. I mean, I enjoyed these songs. We got Desire, Angel of Harlem, Silver and Gold, Pride in the Name of Love, Bullet the Blue Sky. Inserts have some photographs and some more notes on them. Nice. Custom labels on these, and nothing interesting to note in the Dead Wax. This one sold millions and millions of copies. As I said, made them sort of a household name. I remember when this came out, and everybody at school was talking about this documentary and songs and whatnot. So yeah, U2's Rattle and Hum. I'm sure most people know it, but this is a new addition to my collection, something I had in the inbox for a little while. Zach sent it to me a year or two ago, and just been waiting to get to it, to clean it up and spin it, and enjoyed revisiting a lot of this stuff. And thanks for watching another episode of the Vinyl Survivor. As I said, don't be alarmed by the amount of beer reviews that are going to be going up in the next few weeks. Not giving up on vinyl either, so stay tuned. Have a great weekend, whenever it is you're watching this, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.